refugee settlements benefit from early childhood and graduation program. And residents of Amuru using church to fight gender-based violence other than laws. This and more in the NILE News Bulletin. A warm welcome, viewers, to the NILE on Union West Nile Television. Let's dive straight into the stories that have made headlines tonight. The leaders in Moyo district are concerned about the high death rate across the district. The leaders raised their concerns after 50 people across the district reportedly died after suffering different and short illnesses. Take a look.
In Moyo district, on average, at least 5 people die each day across the district due to various illnesses, something which has overwhelmed the district leaders, making them get concerned about the number of deaths being reported on daily basis across the district. Honorable Ruto Maza, the Member of Parliament to West Moyo County, said it has come to their notice that many people die across the district because of lifestyle issues of not adhering to the advice given by the health workers, which is being caused by non-communicable diseases, and appeals to the public to always watch their diet and involve themselves in physical exercise.
And it has been realized that people die because of lifestyle issues. People do not follow advice from medical personnel. They don't follow advice from medical personnel, and as a result, they get what we call non-communicable diseases. People die from cardiovascular diseases. Diseases like, say, pressure, diabetes, hypertension, heart attack, and so on and so forth. This is just because of lifestyle issues. The kind of food people eat, people eat junk food.
Honorable Anyama Williams, the chairman local council 5 Moyo district, said the current statistics of the newborn babies compared to the number of deaths shows that the number of deaths exceeds the number of newborn babies, which to him is a threat to the survival rate of the people across the district, saying the death rate is very abnormal, and appeals to the public to take time and carry out checkups to know their health status and seek medical services so as to help reduce on the high death rate across the district.
In the recent statistics, the number of people who die every day in Moyo district exceeds, in most cases, the number of children who are newborn. And that is a threat to the survival rate of people in Moyo district. If people die at this rate is extremely high. So I want to appeal to people, all the people of Moyo district, that death is a phenomenon which is directly not our control, which is not under our control. But this is also sending early warning signs or signals to all of us. Do we know our health conditions at any one given time? Do we know our status?
Adrawa Michael, the Assistant District Health Officer Moyo, in charge of maternal health, said in most cases, many people across the district tend to delay in seeking health care services, especially pregnant mothers and other members of the public, but appeals to the public to always seek health care services timely so as to avoid being taken unaware by sicknesses.
Quite often, we have a number of challenges from our communities trying to delay, and commonly it's among pregnant women who tend to delay at home, delay on the way, but also there are delays in our facilities which we want to acknowledge for various reasons, maybe because health workers are not there to respond to them within 30 minutes, maybe because commodities or supplies, including medicines, are not there. But in this particular case, I'm trying to address myself to communities.
According to reports, most of the sudden deaths across the health facilities within the district is as a result of delay in seeking healthcare services, and the deaths are mainly non-communicable in nature and takes people by surprise because the people don't want to impress routine checkups to ascertain their health status. Dominic Anthony Okumu, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
More in our stories this evening. 4,050 children between the ages of 3 to 5 years and 700 households in the refugee settlements of Mvepi and Rhino Camp have benefited from the Early Childhood Graduation Program. That is a two-generational project being implemented by BRAC Uganda that has greatly improved the livelihoods of most of the most vulnerable children and their caregivers, promoting income-generating activities, skills development, and money-saving mindsets in the refugee settlements of Mvepi and Rhino Camp. Take a look. Children between the ages of 3 to 5 years and 700 households in the refugee settlements of Mvepi and Rhino Camp have benefited from the Early Childhood and Graduation Program. That's a two-generation project being implemented by BRAC Uganda in partnership with UNFPA and other stakeholders, meant to support children through provision of quality learning and training of caregivers on material development. During the quarterly monitoring visit by participating stakeholders such as representatives from the Ministry of Education and Sports, Office of the Prime Minister, Ministry of Gender and Social Development, local government leaders, implementing partners, village community structures and other key stakeholders, it was revealed the refugee settlements and host communities have benefited from early childhood development and the ultra-poor graduation initiatives under the Early Childhood and Graduation Program that has greatly improved the livelihood of most of the vulnerable children and their caregivers, promoting income-generating activities, skills development, and money-saving mindsets in Mvepi and Rhino Camp settlements. Afani Rose, a beneficiary of the Early Childhood and Graduation Program in Mvepi Refugee Settlement, is grateful for the Early Childhood and Graduation Initiative that has enabled her to generate income through tailoring business that has helped send her children to school.
Atikindana kalasi asuluza turzo ipaila gainya burak ikeni lakini mutengo yeyesi kekine kunu ichila nande kalasi yesi akonda na bu nage baka na yes na kazada leke angara na pari mala kama na kilo leke na amuta kuse atika nkondo na school atikila ngiro nyo na suluza ikirias nage disandu isukulu na woroni woro kendi yoka de bai Badanga bena berana garingi rana auto ili naga hazo isukulu naga hazo but na murta ko pe pari ipaila garipe afirana mango ngazi kini ko kongo katani ina business na ina be sonda ku burki keni brak ajonda skulu atikinda box sala ga ya gumba box na yi anaunda share out na go kunole zina min South Sudan na ko na umu di masin na alas na borrow loans na umu di uniforms ibo na gabrak angazi school.
Kabanda Joseph, the program manager for the Early Childhood and Graduation Program for BRAC Uganda, in an interview with the press stated that the Early Childhood and Graduation Program is a two-generational program that is targeting the most vulnerable children and their livelihoods to provide quality learning through play-based model and material development training.
The two-generational project in particular, like I shared earlier, is targeting children and their caregivers. On the side of children, we are providing them with quality learning through the play-based model. BRAC has constructed over 84 machine and play labs. These are ECD classrooms. We hired over 170 teachers who have been well trained, and these are providing quality teaching and learning in the play labs through the play-based model. And again, we also work with the parents through the parenting sessions and train them through a number of activities, a number of weeks. We also engage them in material development. They themselves come and provide local materials that community might waste, but these are go to the centers, working with our staff and play leaders. These are improved and turned into learning aids. On the other side, we are supporting the caregivers where the children come from, because we believe there is no way a child can learn and improve and reach the key milestones if the homes where they come from are not supported.
Emoko J.B. Onyango, the Tarugu District Deputy Resident District Commissioner, stated that there's been a positive impact through the Early Childhood and Graduation Program initiative and advises the host communities to stop politicking and emulate the income-generating activities being done by the refugees in their communities.
I'm really grateful to be involved in this monitoring of PRAC because I see the impact which is on the ground. Because when you go and somebody tells you I was given 2 goats, now I have 10, that tells you that there is an impact, which I would request some of my people in the host community also to emulate, do the same instead of politicking all the time. Because I see the impact in it. You see the nursery school, and you know, nursery, normally that is where the beginning of education starts from. When children start with nursery, that's where they start learning some of these words and whatever. They don't get difficult when they continue with classes. They are taking a ratio of 70. They are taking out of 100% refugee. The number 70 the host community, the refugees, and 30 are the host community. So what I want to say to the host community is that whatever they are saying the refugees doing, they should also copy. They should copy to be tolerant. Why I'm saying politics is that they like talking a lot and they don't show what is on the ground. You'll find that you can come to a refugee and you find the goat has multiplied, but on the host community, the goat has not multiplied. Why? It means they get involved in talking and living to attend to what the animals which have been given. Because I have moved in monitoring these activities, those who are right from Beria side up now here, you find people who are given goats, they have them multiplied. But when you go to the host community, there will be stories, meaning that they pick them and sell them quickly, and they don't. Now this one, I think, because they have learned of their problems, they tolerate and keep holding on those items to multiply and they benefit from them.
The Early Childhood and Graduation Program being implemented by BRAC Uganda in partnership with the local government, Office of the Prime Minister, Ministry of Education and Sports and Ministry of Gender and Social Development is a 3-year program that has been running from 2022 to April 2025, targeting the most vulnerable children and households in the refugee settlements of Mvepi and Rhino Camp. Okumuringa Christine for West Nile Television, Nilecast. And more in our stories, Siforo Market was constructed at a tune of 1.4 billion shillings, and according to leaders, it comes with a vast opportunity to expand the economic well-being of the people in Adjumani district and beyond. Onzema Alan reports.
Siforo Market was constructed under the Uganda Host and Refugee Community Empowerment Project with funding from Korean International Cooperation Agency through United Nations Development Program, World Vision, under the supervision from the Ministry of Local Government Uganda. The launch took place on 25th September 2024 at Siforo Market in Siforo Sub-County, Adjumani District. Ms. Nwane Akolom Vied Obahor, Resident Representative United Nations Development Program Uganda office, said their target is to make women benefit from the market, including a special space for breastfeeding mothers while they are in the market so as to nurse their babies.
This is also why we have in the store, in the market, built a room for nursing mothers so that if one is a nursing mother and comes to the market, they can have privacy to be able to nurse their child. That's why we did that. So our hope is that more women will be beneficiaries in terms of getting the stalls, getting the locked up stores than men.
Mr. Data Peter Taban, the resident district commissioner Adjumani, said the market has come timely in order to empower our community so that they are able to enhance and foresee future development and transform the life of the communities.
This project has come timely to empower our community so that they are able to enhance and look forward to the future in this particular place. We are very, very, very grateful, which is a testament to our collective efforts to foster economic growth, social cohesion, and community development.
According to John Koma Stephen, the Assistant Commissioner District Inspection from Ministry of Local Government, the market will answer the socio-economic transformation issues and the agenda of the President of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Museveni. He further said both the refugees and the host communities will work together to enhance their productivities.
And this market is going to answer the socio-economic transformation issues which the President has been always thinking about. The market is going to increase production. People will bring their produce, their product to the market, and they will sell. And by doing so, the host community and refugees will be working under one roof.
His Excellency Sung So, the ambassador of Republic of Korea to Uganda, said they are committed in empowering the youth and women through livelihood programs in northern Uganda through various sectors like education for both the host communities and the refugees.
The Korean government has been actively engaged in various initiatives to support the rebuilding of lives for refugees and host communities in Uganda. Since 2017, we have focused on enhancing educational access for refugee children, successfully improving their opportunities for quality education over the past few years. Additionally, we have been supporting the comprehensive refugee response framework. On top of that, since 2018,
Engineer Hilary Onek, Minister for Relief, Disaster and Preparedness, applauded the women of Shiforo sub-county for being hardworking, but calls on men to support the women so as to improve on their productivities and supply goods to the market.
Me, I applaud the women. These women are very hardworking. You can see how disciplined they are. They are great women. Men are letting them down. When we take Waragi and so on, only the women are the people who work. The women work heavily during the day. They also carry our children. They do all kind of things. You must pay more attention and help them. So there's no more product produced in the field and brought to the market here for people to buy.
This project is meant to improve on the livelihood of the host communities and the refugees living in Uganda. The market was constructed with a tune of worth 1.4 billion shillings, and it comes with a vast opportunities to expand the economic well-being of people through trade, especially women from Ajamani and other parts of the district and the country at large. Peace Ushoki, Onjima Alan, West Nile Television, Nilecast.
And more in our stories, the general public in Moyo district has been urged to report the misuse of government to the authorities. This urge was made by Mr. Sekamwa Julian, the Deputy Resident District Commissioner, Moyo District. Take a look.
The urge comes after the Office of the Resident District Commissioner, with the help of the police, managed to arrest and retain the district water bouncer truck, which was being used for supplying water at a private construction site within Moyo Town Council without any authorization from the district leadership. Mr. Sekamwa Julian, the Resident District Commissioner Moyo, said there are policy guidelines being followed while using government assets, which needs to be followed.
When it comes to management of government assets and properties, there are policies that are laid out, clearly laid out on the procedures. If the local government has decided to have it as a source of revenue, still there are procedures that are supposed to be followed that require clearance.
And urged the public to always be vigilant and report this misuse of the government assets to the concerned authorities, such that actions can be taken to retrieve such assets and avoid unnecessary breakdown of the machines.
I call upon the communities. We cannot be everywhere. But you, our people, our foot soldiers are out there. When you see such things happening, please call us, inform the next person that you know. Might be security, might be a leader that can follow up. When these assets get spoiled, not like that water bowser, when it gets very hot here, we need to water our roads. But if it gets spoiled while doing private business, yet the district is not benefiting for us, all of us are going to suffer at the expense of one person.
Mrs. Onger Tojeska, the Chief Administrative Officer Moyo, said it's true the district water bouncer truck was got supplying water at a private construction site without following the right procedures, adding that according to the policy, right procedures are to be followed before allowing the truck to be used within the district but not for private businesses.
It's true, our water bowser was found on the site and it had not followed the right procedure for it to go out. Normally, if somebody wants to use it, they request it, whether for funeral or for functions. And most times we have given it out on request. The person writes, the cow approves. Of course, even if I'm not there, there is always somebody in office who sits in. So, yeah. But normally for private sites, we normally don't give. But if the need or the cow thinks the need is very, very necessary, you can be charged.
Superintendent of Police Dragud Ignatius, the Police Public Relations Officer for Northwest Nile Region, gave an account of the incident and said the police are continuing with the investigation about the matter, saying once complete, the driver and those involved in the act will be prosecuted in the courts of law and warned the public against engaging in such illegal behaviors.
Driver of engineering department, Mr. James, was found misusing the government vehicle without following proper instructions, of which when the information reached to the police went and bring him to come and help in the investigation how he started using the government vehicle without proper instruction from the district engineer, of which after giving his statement, what he explained is not helpful to the government, and it shows clearly he is using the vehicle for his own benefit, which is against the government working system, and it is likely to cause him a charge of abuse of office.
By the time of filing this story, the water bouncer truck was still being parked at the police station, and the driver of the truck is still being detained at Moyo Central Police Station to help the police in investigations. Dominic Anthony Okumu, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
And more in our stories. The Christian Fellowship Church, a Pentecostal church, has decided to use the Bible to fight against domestic violence at the grassroots level. According to Bishop Olabo Charles, the church has discovered that the most effective way to handle gender-based violence victims is now boycotting the police and other law enforcement officers as they come to the church seeking divine help from the church. Stephen Okello reports.
Pentecostal Church in Amuro district is now battling with a new era of demon invasion, which is particularly targeting families, gender-based violence. Looking at the contributions of prayers in reconciling the conflicting party in their neighborhood, most of the GBV victims in Amuro district prefers church to police stations and other local authorities.
Ichapit karke waramano cases maromario anyo adek mano down pino kere mapat ke lukisai mano wana biro kweki no magiti wat kanicha anjo makena mati wak menen kit machala wana biro kweki then wa council again wanywa kweki tam and watinga wachiro wa gankun wachiro wa ker machala family ne nyo down me ote machala wan ore wanywa kweki jeme kit mo mir ke pet kwere.
Pamela, a prayer intercessor at Christian Fellowship Church at Jimo in Lamogi Sub-County, says she receives at least 5 GBV victims every week who are mostly women.
Chamo ke kan anati free down bien bar. Akonyi ki kilega anywaka gitam. Kita mer arbet kere. Piane art petit kuch ke kan ta karbino. Eta kata karbino ini andole ni dog ye ni. Mer ni keto mer ini dog ye machal in la freestyle.
Christian Fellowship Church in Amuro District is now empowering pastors and other church leaders at the grassroots on the danger of battering women and making them lead by examples.
It is good to train the pastors. Because pastors and the reverends, they are the grass people in the village. So you'll find many people bring that problem to the pastors and the reverends if they have problems. Or maybe they have some domestic violence in their home. So they run to, instead of going to the LCs, instead of going to the police, for them they run to the pastors. So the pastors, they're the one who is counseling them, supporting them, giving them the good advice. That's why we are training them so that they can support the community.
Chairman Amuro District Local Government Michael Lakonyi says by training these pastors, Christian Fellowship Church is not only empowering them to combat GBV, but also restoring the lost hope of community, given what some of the pastors are seen doing ungodly in social media.
They're equally human beings. There are pastors that have got brutality in their homes. I think we have ever seen pastors in the country that have gone separated and the wives and husbands are testifying in court about brutality that are inside their homes. So being a person that preach the word of God is not a guarantee that there is no violence in their families. So when we don't teach them about upright family, being in a home that do not fight the wives, children, and husband, that home will only preach the gospel to community, but they will have got very bad background at home.
Bishop Charles Obado, the overseer of Christian Fellowship Church, encouraged all the church leaders to start looking at church beyond biblical teaching to enable the church transform the community both biblically and spiritually. Stephen Okello for West Nile Television, Nilecast.
Viewers, that marks the end of the Nilecast on West Nile Television. Thank you always for taking the time to be with us from the beginning of the Nilecast to the end of the Nilecast on West Nile Television. Please stay tuned to the rest of the subsequent